Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another episode of the Fantasy Fans Talk. Today we're gonna be looking at how my team is lining up for game week 15. Just a reminder, don't forget So to start with, I have Martinez in goal. This is a keeper I brought in from game week 14 and he gave me 6 points. That was very good, and I want to trust him again for game week 15 against Crystal Palace. When you look at Crystal Palace, it's a team whereby it's not so offensive, having Easy and Zaha. Sometimes they are so creative, but then they lack that too much creativity when it comes to the final third. So I'll trust Martinez again in goal. Then in my defense, to start with, I had Benjamin Chilwell, who got injured, like I told you last game week. But then I want to trust Cancelo against Newcastle at home. When you look at Cancelo is that player who can even make an assist here and there once in a while, not of course every time. So I'm going to go for Cancelo. There were a lot of players that I would choose, probably Yalemina, but I'm not so sure how he's going to be playing. Then Matip, because you also have to look at the games after here. So Man City, I'll trust them against Newcastle, because at the same time I have Robin Diaz in the defense. It's kind of risky having two defenders in defense, because at any time the other team scores, it means you've lost a clean sheet for both the two players. Then Justin again, he's going to be there against Man U. Like I said, Justin is just 4.7 million. There is no defender you can get at that price, and he does exactly how he produces points. So I'm trusting him again. Then again, I'm going to add in Kilman. Kilman is coming in for Armstrong, because Armstrong is injured, having just 75% chances of playing. So I don't want to get into the game week and on my team I still have injured players. I would rather trust someone, because Kilman last time he started against Burnley. Unfortunately they lost, but he played. So in my midfield, I had Bruno Fernandes, but I'm taking out Bruno Fernandes for Mohamed Salah, because Mohamed Salah is at home. Mohamed Salah is on form. Mohamed Salah has produced almost every game week. When I looked at his statistics here, you can see against Crystal Palace made 16 points, against Spurs he made 8 points, against Fulham he made 8, 14, and he has a lot of double figures around there. So I'll trust Mohamed Salah for this. Then also Kevin De Bruyne. When I looked at Kevin De Bruyne, I really felt like I should get him out of my team, because even when he's playing, when I watched the previous game, he really looked like he was so fatigued, so tired. But luckily enough, against Arsenal in the midweek, he didn't play. So I'm expecting him to be fresh again for another game week 15 against Newcastle at home, and I expect better results, not only just an assist that he has always done, but probably he can score maybe a goal, because when you look at Newcastle against Leeds, they conceded 5 goals, so they can also still concede a lot of goals against Man City. Then elsewhere I have Grealish is going to be there still against Crystal Palace. That one is a good midfielder of below 8 million, who is very, very good for me, and I will keep him around. Then on my striking line, I'm going to have Harry Kane, Adams, and Jimmy Vardy. I had Wilson, but like you see, Wilson is that player that you always have to, you're praying hard that he makes points. But now I've trusted Adams. Why? Because they are playing against Fulham, of which Fulham can take in goals, and if at all they take in 2 goals, he might be involved in one of them. which would be very good for me. Harry Kane against Wolves, I'm trusting Harry again. As usual, I can't easily get Harry Kane off my team, because now actually when I thought of taking him off and then I looked at the fixtures, he has Wolves, he has Fulham, he has Leeds. Those are very nice fixtures for him. So I will keep him around against Wolves. Then again, I have Jimmy Vardy against Manu. They're at home. Jimmy Vardy is at home. I know they can't, because Manu is on form. They can actually lose to Manu. But then the fact that I had to bring in a player in the midfield who is Mohamed Salah, the unavoidable Mohamed Salah at the moment against West Brom, I just had to take out Bruno Fernandes. So Jimmy Vardy again, the reason as to why I didn't take him out is simply because immediately after the Manu game, he has Crystal Palace where he can perform. He has Newcastle where he can perform very well for me. So yeah, with that I'm very good. I'm very good with my striking line. So to look at my captain contenders on my team, I have Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, Harry Kane against Wolves. Wolves is also not a team that normally it is a strong team, very difficult to score, but at the moment if Burnley can also beat them 2-0, you can imagine. So still even Harry Kane can produce results against Wolves. But then I think the best captain choice, because this is about being the best captain choice of the three guys that I have. Even elsewhere there is also Grealish. He can be a differential captain against Crystal Palace. Then Jimmy Vardy against Manu, he's at home. You can also trust him. Just that when you look at Jimmy Vardy's statistics, it shows that normally when he plays on an away game, he's very, very dangerous than when he's at home. So when you look at all that, I think my captain is going to be Mohamed Salah for the game week, and I'll trust that guy. He's at home. He didn't play in the midweek. He's on form. I have all reasons to trust Mohamed Salah unless he disappoints me like he did against Fulham, because if you remember, there's a time we all rushed for Mohamed Salah against Fulham, and the best we did was just to score a penalty to equalize for Liverpool. Kevin De Bruyne elsewhere, I would think of captaining him, but then he's not so promising. One, you cannot be sure of his form. He took the 2 double figures against Fulham and Burnley. Then against West Brom, he blanked, just making 1 assist. Then again against Southampton, the same thing, just 1 assist. So I can't really trust him for my captaincy for the game week 15. So I think with that said, I have my team already made, and those following up my team for the captain choices and the defense, midfield, if you want to make changes, perhaps you can try to look around how I went on with mine. So with that said, I wish you all the best for game week 15. Let's keep up again and wait for game week 16. We shall have a team review and again another team selection for game week 16. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on anything that we shall be posting. All right.